Welcome to Tweet of the Week. I am joined today by someone that, if you've been on Twitter anytime in the last month, you've probably heard about a state championship that occurred for the Catoctin High School football team. And I am delighted that their assistant coach, Mr. Paul Dumars, could join me today to talk football, but also I want to thank Paul for his service as a teacher in Frederick County Public School for many, many years. And in retirement, you're still having the joy of working with students through participating in the football program.
Yep, still love the game.
And you've been coaching for how many years now?
Well, 36 total, but this is my 29th year with Doug Williams. 29
years at Catoctin with Coach Williams.
Yep.
And the state championship was magic. I know that as a 1A school, you have the smallest school population, but yet I understand you had the largest fan attendance of any of the schools that participated in the state championship.
Our community came out in droves. Catoctin community and all the feeder patterns, it's the best place to teach and coach. They came out. We had a great fan base in 09 when we went to M&T. I think they doubled it almost. I think the whole town of Emmitsburg, Lewistown, I'll forget some. Thurmont, they were all there. It was loud. I've been known to get loud at times, and I was screaming, and they couldn't hear a thing I was screaming because the crowd was so loud. We had great support. It's a great community.
So what a wonderful feeling. And
unbelievable.
What does it take to be a state championship football team?
There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. Support from the community, from your administration. We have a great administration. Keith Bruck is a great AD. Having a CYA program, a youth league that feeds us, that's a piece to the puzzle. Mm-hmm. Being blessed with talent, being a small school, being blessed with health, because we don't have a depth chart, we have a shuffle chart, and it's never good to shuffle. There's a few players that can handle doing more than one position. It's a difficult thing to ask, but if you get injured, that's what you end up doing. Having a selfless team, our team of, we had a nice mix of senior leadership. We had a nice mix of youth and talent that were, contributing. Having a great coaching staff that's, been together for quite some time, that helps. Having good parents, supporting us, and being just blessed with health, it was an amazing season. I get short on words. I can't tell you how many times in the last 2 weeks I've texted amazing, awesome. It doesn't happen very often. It's very special.
Now, you talked about the fact that this was a journey for the team because
Absolutely.
You saw a lot of improvement over the course of the year. And that's an important life lesson too, I think. In addition to you're part of a team and you need to be selfless and you need to work together as a unit for good things to happen.
Absolutely, and I left something out, and it's huge. And kids, high school kids these days don't. I think they think we're feeding them a line sometimes. But our scout team throughout the year, the players that aren't necessarily playing on Friday night or Saturday, they got better, and which made us better during practice. So our scout team, especially during the playoffs, was amazing, got us prepared. And if you watched any of our games, our kids were well prepared, and that goes out to them. Mm-hmm. They put in the work. They believed. The journey was, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. There's a reason we lost one game to Walkersville. And the way we lost it, it was tough. We lost in overtime, but our kids came away from that. Maybe even some of the coaches, I think, believing more in ourselves. I mean, you know what? We're pretty good. We shouldn't have lost that game, but we did. And we just kept getting better week in and week out.
So learning from your mistakes, being willing to work hard to correct them, and then that resilience, because like you said, when you lose, you can let that defeat eat you, or you can say, now I know how strong we really are, because again, Walkersville is a larger school, so you were playing up a division. And then there was something else you told me about your players that I thought was interesting, because again, as the game has evolved, there was a time when the only way you could scout an opponent was to send somebody out to watch their game and come back and report. But now you talked about putting that onus on your players, because what can they do?
They can go on Huddle, which is a program we have that coaches share film. So we have a lot of film on our opponents. They have it on us. It's just a matter of how much time you want to put into it. This year, this team by far was logged the most hours scouting, doing their homework, as we put it. And they did their homework during the week, and it showed up come test time, because test time's game time.
Thanks for that academic analogy. I love it.
Yeah, no problem. We use it every day, actually.
And so again, we are incredibly proud of the football team for becoming a state champion. It makes me even more proud when I can hear you talk about hard work, perseverance, being prepared, doing what it takes, being selfless, and being a community and having that kind of support. And also, again, one of the things that is very important in our CMC is sportsmanship. And I know that Catoctin has exemplified that throughout the years. So congratulations to you and to Coach Williams and to all of the players. And again, if you were anywhere near Twitter, I think you knew about this, but if you didn't, check it out, because we had a couple of state champions this year. We had Middletown also was a state champion. We had a lot of our teams make it to the state semifinals, and we're very proud of all of them. So check things out on Twitter about our athletics, our drama, our academics, great things going on in our school system. And I appreciate you joining us for Tweet of the Week. We will see you next time.